Yeah. So what we need to understand is how did Alphatec come into existence? The journey of the concept of Alphatec. That is one. And you started with some goal or some dream in mind, right? Otherwise, people don't generally get into starting company. तो कुछ तो था ऐसा, कुछ दिखा, कुछ करना था, कुछ बनाना है यार, right? So what was that? So my more than my voice, it is his voice. अच्छा.
You can limit your this thing. So the concept of Alphatec, how did it all start?
So it started with the fact that I felt that there was no professional distribution house in India. So if you go to someone and say, if he was a JBL distributor or a Yamaha distributor or this thing, if I ask him any details about a product, or if I ask him for technical help, or if I help for anything, because we are selling a technical product, not selling a dumb box.
Yes.
It has to work. They could never give me a proper answer, and they will then they didn't have service centers. They will, if anything goes wrong with a particular product, they will send it to some guy somewhere in some street, and he will spoil the product and send it back.
Did you have a personal experience like this?
I did the chief minister's Nagaland chief minister's home theater room, where we had put up a projector called Dream Vision, which was from France, and within 2 years it got spoiled.
Okay.
So it was within warranty period. He somehow repaired and sent it back. Again, it went bad. He took 2 lakh something rupees to repair it, because it became, after 2 years, became out of work. After we installed that 2 lakh, after spending, the chief minister also said, okay, we're out of warranty, we'll pay for it. And then they said that we cannot give it. We are no longer the distributor. We cannot give you service anymore.
Oh.
So what do I do with the projector? I don't know. It's your problem. I can't go and tell that to the chief minister of Nagaland. So I had to buy another projector at my cost, because I can't take, he's our customer. So I had to buy it at my cost and give him a different Panasonic projector.
Okay.
So this was the condition of most of the pro guys. They'll just lift their hand and say, I can't do anything about it if there's a problem with a product.
Okay.
So that I always felt there's a huge gap in that, where if somebody comes in and does it professionally, and then there was also a question about pricing. There was a question about where materials are available. So when we were working, I was a distributor for JBL for East. So suddenly, all materials the people used to come to Mumbai and do big deals out here, and the materials used to go to my territory. So when I spoke to the country manager of this thing, he told me geography is history now. He coined a term called geography is history. So you are the distributor for East. You come and open an office in Mumbai and start selling.
Oh.
So how can a distribution work without territorial boundaries? Because for us, any project we build up, it takes 1.5, 2 years, and then when the time comes for us to sell the product to that customer, somebody else has already supplied it because he gave 5% cheaper or 6% cheaper. These people can afford to keep, buy big quantity, because everybody from India comes to Mumbai for pro audio. So then I realized that there's actually a huge requirement for a well-established, with a proper functioning of a distributor. And then I started searching for companies. There was this friend of mine from JBL who had gone to a company called Music Tribe. So Music Tribe has a very bad reputation of a very mad owner, owned by one person, German madman. Before us, there were 6 distributors in 5 years.
Wow.
For Music Tribe, and nobody was wanting to touch it anymore. And all of them had some little bit of stocks. And so when you're coming from Northeast and you're wanting a distribution, nobody is going to give you the best company. You will have to have the worst company. So how we convert that into a success is our skill set. So we took that company and we went to all the big guild dealers who used to come. First thing they told me, you reduce cost by 20%, give it to me.
Okay.
Or you have come from Assam, what do you know about India market? और 2-3 साल धक्का खा उसको बाद सीखने के बाद आना फिर हमारे पास वापस ये distribution 1 साल keep this distribution for a year and then you come back to me.
Got it.
Okay, so these were the things, and then there was a time when just after 1 month, all the guys refused to take materials from me unless I discounted 20%.
Okay.
All the big guys,
The distributors,
all the big retailers,
retailers. Okay.
they all refused. So there were basically 3-4 big retailers. So then I said that if you are 4 guys, whole of India is with me,
Yes.
I will not work with you.
Hmm.
So I went to the people they used to give materials to, the smaller retailers. We appointed distributors. We structured the company all across. They were distributors territorial bound. They cannot sell to any other territory. If they sell, we will remove them.
Okay.
And that's how that whole journey started.
So the the journey started with Music Tribe.
With Music Tribe, people were selling Music Tribe with a sticker, no warranty.
Oh, earlier. Okay.
Because Music Tribe thing was that I will give you a price. It's your country. You have to give the warranty from that. So you build up the cost in that.
Okay. It's your game, not my game.
Not my game.
Okay. So I just wanted to understand Music Tribe, as you said, the owner was a mad guy, German guy. What did he see? Because you didn't have a company at that point in time. Neither would you have a ready distribution
No, I
network.
didn't have a distribution.
What did that person see in you that he was ready to give the distribution to you? And he's failed 6 times before in India.
No, but that guy who was there from Music Tribe in India, he only saw passion in me, nothing else.
Okay.
Okay, so, but that time I have come new, and I knew there were 2 different kind of businesses. One was the install business, one is the retail business. So to install businesses, people need to know somebody. So that's when I told the other guy that introduce me to someone who can come and join our company, but who has got a good name. And that's how I never knew Mayank before.
Okay. So that was your.
Yeah, and Mayank came in under the ISO program and joined us.
Okay. So Mayank was also, he had his own consulting at that point in time.
He used to work with a consultant at one point of time.
Okay.
And after that he joined. It was a good company. He was working for Avaya Global Connect. Avaya had a wing for EV, and then he joined another company called NK.
Okay.
So he joined us from NK.
Again, why एक आदमी है नॉर्थ ईस्ट का, he does not have any setup, and again Music Tribe does not have a very good reputation because of its precedence, right? What did again, so that guy saw passion in you. What did Mayank, he burnt his bridges and was ready to take that jump?
I think that you have to ask him why he decided to come. Now, see, Mayank had a huge knowledge. Mayank is confidence in one way that if it doesn't work, he doesn't have to search for jobs.
Okay.
He was offered a job in Harman, he refused Harman. He refused Harman.
Okay.
People will pick him up
Easily.
So for
He was
him, the
very
risk
clear.
was very low because same salary, partnership in a company.
Got it.
If it works well, you go up. If it doesn't work well,
I have my option.
yeah, because he's got his option.
But
He
you
had
sure
that.
he
He had
joined-
that status in the industry.
You
came for the
joined
partnership.
that, what you offered rather than. So did he join the company or he joined you? According to you.
Must have joined the concept.
According to you, we'll of course ask him, but
That is difficult for me to say why he joined.
Okay. I will leave it to him.
we'll ask him.
All right. So you two then started the game of
Setting up the
distribution network across.
So distribution network was set by me, entire across the country. His job was to get the install sales.
Got it.
getting into big projects, meeting consultants, getting that certified.
That was something that was his game earlier also.
And that he has built that part into, I think, the biggest strength of one of the best. I think that's one of the I can say very well that pre-sales is the best in India. We got to I think both application and pre-sales and service, these three divisions. Nobody can compare with us. And the kind of solutions we provide, how fast we provide that solution, how correct that solution is.
It wouldn't be in the initial stage. ये सब कुछ भी नहीं रहेगा ना. This would.
So in the initial stage, see, I had come, then Soma joined.
Okay.
So Soma used to work for me in Guwahati. So then she left and went some other company. I had shifted to Calcutta. I said, ask her to come and join.
So you were like clear that I have to give a service to the
From
customer.
day one, I said
That was your day.
Day one, we have to give service. We have to give technical knowledge to people, help them in setting up systems.
You said you had seen a gap.
Yeah.
Right. So what was the gap? You said that the gap was that there's no one who's tying up the pieces.
The tying up the pieces. So now, when I'm selling, how do I? Let me take an example. Now, supposing you go to Cisco. Cisco doesn't sell you a switch. It sells you a solution.
Yeah.
Always. Okay. And that is where they are. They are having 80% market share. Okay. They will not say that you take this switch and do whatever you want. You face any problem, it's your problem. That's the way the other people are. You take this speaker, if it doesn't work, it's your problem. You know. So supposing I want a solution, so they will take you to some vague guy who is maybe just a guy. ये बहुत काम करता है, उसको पूछो. When you ask him something, he is not able to answer you. Yeah. So supposing I say now I'm saying that in this room I want 4 speakers. There has to be a logic to it, no?
Yeah.
Okay. Earlier I used to go to when I started my work, I used to go and ask them, you tell me that projector you require in your room is 2,500 lumens. Why not 2,000 lumens? Why not 3,000 lumens? Why 2,500 lumens? I couldn't find the answer for 1.5 years.
Oh. Got it.
So I said, how did you say that? मुझे वो काम करते करते पता है 2,500 लगा तो हो जाएगा. I cannot go to somebody and say like that. That 2,500 लगा तो मुझे देखते देखते पता है कि 2,500 में हो जाएगा.
But weren't there?
There's a thing called screen foot lamparts. You calculate the light in the room, then see the distance from the where you are sitting, and then you calculate what should be the size of the screen. And as per the size of the screen, then you calculate the lumens of the projector. So I had to sit with someone, I found someone. So I had to find gurus everywhere, you know. I had to find an audio guru, I had to find a video guru, I had to find somebody. Then irritate that guy because it is in my this thing, you know. Several guys who got angry also sometimes. And Devas says, this is not rocket science.
Yeah. So, once you understand the science, it is not rocket science.
It's not rocket science. But until I understand that, I kept on disturbing because I wanted to develop this business. That was before I started this company.
Okay. That was you. Always. Okay. So got it. So that was your passion, which was there about knowing things, understanding to the depth.
Look, it's not only a passion, it's doing the right way. You know, anything you do it the best in the right way. Don't leave loose ends.
Yeah.
You know, if you're doing something and you're saying, I'm doing 2,500 projector, if I had been the customer, I would have asked why 2,500 projector. Now, I need to be able to answer that question.
True.
I need to know why 500 watt speaker and not 1,000 watt speaker. I have to know why it's not a line array system and why not a point source system. I have to know that.
True. That knowledge gap was missing in
huge. It was nobody was giving that knowledge.
They were just selling products.
And those who had the knowledge were not imparting it.
Okay. Who were these people?
They were some of the few guys who were there, but they will take it as something which is, you know, they feel that if that goes away, my business goes away.
Okay.
Personal property.
Okay. Interesting. So the one gap was definitely of knowledge. And the other thing that you also spoke about was ownership. When I say ownership means वो हाथ खड़े कर देते थे. This is not my. हम लोग का इतना ही काम है, खत्म हो गया. There was no one who was owning up the end-to-end game. Yes. After the product is done, now it's not under.
Now I'll tell you, distribution houses in India were competing with their customers. Okay. So I'll tell you, see JBL distributor in India. Okay. They supposing I am a system integrator. I have developed a project which is around 5-6 crores. Okay. Now that project has come for tender. Okay. Now the JBL distributor in Delhi will people will start sending him mails and inquiries saying that ये एक project आया है.
To the SI.
Other SIs in the territory because it's a big project.
Okay.
Other territories in the SI will send him mails. Now this guy will very smartly go and put directly into the project.
Oh.
They were so unethical.
Okay.
Somebody has developed a project. He has done all the hard work. This guy knows that system integrator A has developed a project. But still he will go and quote and take over the project. उसको बाद में बोलेगा तुम 2-3% तुमको दे रहे हैं ना तुम्हारे काम के लिए उसके लिए ले लो. So, unethically it was because it was a much smaller industry then, and people used to do whatever they wanted.
Numbers was the only thing that they were
Numbers were
interested
there, and these were typical, smugglers who have come in and become businessmen, have become big today. Earlier they used to get those speakers.
वैसे ही आता था.
वैसे ही आता था. And then they started making money, and then, but the concept of doing a business, you should not be. If I do system integration as well as distribution, then I'm competing with my customer.
Actually.
So we are the only distribution house who does not do system integration till today.
Okay.
The Bose distributor in North does the same thing. The Bose distributor in South does the same thing.
वो खुद भी ऐसा ही है.
Could be SI.
Okay. So then he's competing with the other
With the
SI.
customer. With the customer.
Got it. So he'll have his own say. So one was knowledge. The second was ethics.
This you were telling about Bose.
Everybody, JBL, Bose.
Distributor direct customer भी ले रहा है.
So one was
Ethics.
First
was
one
knowledge.
was knowledge and the second
Second
was
was
ethics. So this were the
ethically
two
driven.
elements that
And
you
the
had
third-
experienced.
And third was ownership.
Ownership. So this was a gap that you saw, and that is where when you created Alphatec, you were like, I want to create a company
Which at least takes care of all these things.
all these things. This is what you wanted to create.
Yeah.
So Alphatec, that is the reason why the way it is
Yeah.
is that we are here to provide knowledge.
We provide knowledge, provide solutions, and ownership, as you said. If your system goes bad, we are there to support you. If tomorrow we are giving you a design, we send our team also to ensure that it sounds as what we had committed to you.
Got it. Got it. That's the reason why the way the company has been structured has been like that.
Yes.
So you have a application, you have a pre-sales,
Yes.
you have an application, and you have a service.
Service.
So ensure that the entire line of support is provided
So
to the customer.
earlier also we had brand leaders also.
Hmm.
There was a brand leader for Music Tribe. There was a brand leader for Audio Technica separately.
Got it.
Then we realized that they are competing with each other because it is the same segment of dealers. So we made it customer wise. Like system integrator is separate, install business is separate,
Got it.
the distribution line is separate, and residential is separate.
So you started with Music Tribe. This was year
2015.
2015. So till what time was Music Tribe the only one?
Till 2019.
So for
4 years we were just
you were-
trying to establish ourselves in the market.
okay.
With
Come-
one brand.
हाँ,
अब उसमें with Music Tribe had 8 brands with them.
under their so it was like a
out
parent
of, out
brand.
of them, 4 were major brands, and the rest were not.
So
From 19 onwards.
so from 15 to 19, what were you able to deliver that the mad guy stuck to? I'm still with the mad
Yeah,
guy.
I want to know, because that's
I
really-
think what was happening earlier was that when you are a fulfiller,
Hmm.
okay, you will fulfill only products which are in demand.
Okay.
And any company will have only 2-3 products or 4 products which are always in demand.
Hmm.
On the basis of those 4 products, you sell the other products.
Okay.
It is there across, I think, all even in television also we used to have
Got
the
it. So
same
it's like
thing.
an entry. Yeah.
Yeah, so you have got some products which are your hero products,
Yes.
and the balance are you use the hero products to sell your other products. How
Got it.
smartly you do it, that is your sales guy.
True.
Now, as a fulfiller, you will only do hero products. No?
easier game.
Why would you break your head and try to, do the other products? We took products across his product line.
How?
We took that risk. I went through the product range, then I found out what is the competition doing, what is our price in that product. I also spoke to the people out there, which are the products you're doing well in Europe, which are the products you're doing well in US, which are the products you're doing well in Australia.
Okay.
Then we started getting those products. Out of maybe if I got in 50 products, 10 products got stuck, or 20 products got stuck, 30 started moving. So that is what he saw, as per me. That is what he saw, that we were first of all growing the sales. Secondly, we were not concentrating only on 3 or 4 products.
Okay.
We were considering on his entire
Bouquet of
bouquet of products. Then we also started service centers across India.
that. When did that start?
That started from the very beginning. Only.
Very beginning.
From the first day only I joined, I went out searching for people. I did not know anyone. Then I knew the head of Tata Sky, who was head of service for Tata Sky. He found one guy who used to work for Bose. So we got him on board. Then we appointed, I think, 4 service centers in the first year itself.
Okay.
North, south, east, west.
So we are across India.
From day one.
Very nice. So
2019 onwards से था वो।
yeah, उसके पहले
उसके
भी
पहले
even in Music Tribe, Music Time Tribe had a repute in the market also, because of, see, what happens is if it has changed hands multiple times, even the market is not very ready. पता नहीं, कल
So
क्या मिलेगा
what
ना?
happened? Ahuja, who's the market leader, at one point of time they were distributors for
Music Tribe.
Music Tribe. Okay, so there they were, I think, doing a decent job, but they were trying to develop products which were like Music Tribe and trying to put in the market. So the owner came to know and sacked them.
Okay.
So after that, there were 5 or 6. So brand was known, but brand was known for the wrong reasons.
Exactly. So how?
So-
and what? And
What
you
it
said,
took of you to change that image.
So it took a lot of work. It took a lot of work in the sense of, first of all, telling people that you will get service. So when I used to tell them you will get service, the second thing used to happen is that they will say that पहले तुम तो रहो, तब तो तुम हमको service देगा.
exactly वही ना, मतलब that would be so difficult to sell.
Yeah. So that way we started. Then what happened also is that we started the distribution network, because I always felt that all the distributors in India were region centric. The guy who was doing, say, the Yamaha distributor was based out of Mumbai. So he had a very strong market in Mumbai, but he was not selling in Delhi. He was not able to sell very well in Chennai.
Regional players.
Because that is where, and then as I told you, I was always to think that how do I start up a distribution house in that way. And I realized that India is multicultural. A Delhi guy is never able to work with a guy in South. We say the chore hai sir. Okay. Bombay guys, I would say, they are lucky to be born in Mumbai. I've told them, because you are there, the business is here. You just sit in one room, people come to you. Okay, you don't go out to sell.
Actually.
And that's how they established their business. They have not been able to change even after so many years now. And that's why people like us have come and gone ahead. They are giving us stuff because they're sitting in that room and doing nothing.
Yeah, they're waiting.
They are waiting for people to come in. उनका concept में ही नहीं है. If they go out, that the sales guy will go out, then he'll come back with a tour bill. That is pinching them. That उसने इतना रुपया का खाना खाया, इसका इतने ये किया. He has gone there. Very first day, how do you get sales? You don't get. You have to visit. Sales is like a process. No? You keep visiting, and then
It clicks.
it starts working.
True.
So ये process में जाने के लिए नहीं है, क्योंकि आदमी लोग आ रहे हैं ना हमारे पास माल लेने के लिए.
What does Alphatec mean? You named the company Alphatec, right?
Alpha is number 1 technology. Is TEC is tech. Alphatec.
Okay, so that was your thought. It's the number 1 tech company. Okay.
Alpha, beta, gamma. Alpha is first.
Okay. So yes. So when did you feel that there was a second brand needed?
No, not that. I will tell you, even in Alphatec now, when the most difficult part was setting up a distribution network.
Okay.
So, you know, setting up a distribution network had that he should not be a system integrator.
You were very clear about that.
Yeah,
So your terms are also like that.
what there was there, and he cannot be a retailer, because if he's a retailer, he will not give it to a second retailer saying that
बराबर.
because
Competition.
competition है. But then we didn't get people from the trade.
Yeah, ready
Yeah,
people need it.
ready people need that. So we got one in South. Then he took the whole territory of South. So that's what happens when you are small, because
You don't have a choice.
you don't have a choice. Then with Gujarat also again the same thing happened. I could not find anyone, so I had to give to a shopkeeper.
Hmm.
But then he would want to sell only from his shop. He would not like to give it to the other guys because he wants the margin of both distribution as well as retail.
Oh,
Oh my God.
okay.
So but then we appointed a distributor in North. So we gave him credit of 1.5, nearly 2 crores of material. And then I will be staying in Delhi for 7 days continuous, and he will not come and meet me. He's running away from it because he has to pay me.
Oh,
Somehow I took all my materials out and said, okay, bye bye, we are not going to work with you anymore. Because I used to wait outside his office, and there were other people, and then I realized that when I'm sitting there with him, and somebody has come, says, sir ये आदमी है, उसको बोल दो मैं ऑफिस में नहीं हूँ.
he's lying.
हाँ, so then and this is a training we get when we are working. So ये जो अगर आपका साथ कर रहा है ना, वो कल उसका साथ कर रहा है, तो आपका नंबर भी आने वाला है जल्दी, and आ गया मेरे पास, मतलब एक हफ्ता रह गया.
साहब नहीं ऑफिस में.
Option नहीं है. So those were very trying times, because first the big retailers are not with you. Getting a distributor is a big difficult task. So then we got a distributor in South who was doing musical instruments.
Hmm.
Then we went to got a distributor in UP who was doing jeans,
Jeans.
and he's doing a very good job now.
No idea about.
No idea. We appointed a distributor in
यूपी में जीन्स
jeans का business करता है.
I can only feel my family is in
Okay.
Okay.
So setting up the distribution network was
Challenging.
very challenging.
Okay. So yeah, Mayank, one question to you.
Why did you join Alphatec?
Why did you
Why
join?
did you join him?
I think the common vision of making something good, that's the only thing.
इसके बाद तभी कुछ नहीं था.
ऐसा मत बोलो सर.
तो ऐसा क्या
नहीं
देखा
क्यों नहीं
आपने?
था? I think we both had an experience of doing.
So, yeah, what transpired that you wanted to create this one?
See, I always was strong in the installation part of it, and the vision what he had that time to have a division which can be stand alone and make something big. That was an idea, and I was always into system integration before. So I always knew how this market works, how it is, how we can go and talk to those people, and we always had this strength, technical strength with us. So if we have a product, if we have a good product with us, and if we have the right knowledge with us, I think you can take anything to any heights.
Okay.
And so one good thing which I liked is because he was coming from a small town, and he also wanted to be a kind of
Big man.
person who's recognized, company recognized all across India. That was a good thought, which I thought it's a very good thing, because it shows that how good you want to do for yourself and for everybody. Yes. And the other thing is that I was doing system integration for quite long. So then I always was seeing the table when I was a system integrator, and people coming to you, talking to you, explaining it to you, this is this, this is that, and I always felt that I think we probably can do it better than what they are doing to me. I think that is what it is. So we thought that we can together can do something really good, and that's how we.
And no, I give them two reasons. One is the one you said, which is we can looking at. Second is you didn't have a problem of getting a job. tomorrow this doesn't work because you had also got an
that
offer
is
in
also
Harman.
Yes.
So that
So I
self
left.
confidence was there in him that अगर ये नहीं चला तो मुझे कोई problem नहीं होगा.
So even if you look at today also, we are, so when we started, Karan was part of,
Yeah.
in between Karan, who was
Who introduced
Music
us
Tribe
also.
and who introduced us together as well. So we always thought of initially कि नहीं, ये तो integration जो हम करते हैं वो consulting वाला काम भी होना चाहिए, ये भी होना चाहिए, वो भी होना चाहिए. हाँ, so because वो strength थी ना एक, we always thought that we can play on the strength. But I think what we did ultimately in terms of taking the same vision of what a system integrator or an end customer needs when you talk to them for a solution, and if we do it from a different perspective altogether, we are doing the same job what a consultant is doing, but doing everything free of cost. So that adds a lot of advantage to the user who work with us, or a partner who work with us, or a end customer who talk to us. Even today we are doing consulting job, proper consulting job, but we have told them that we are a distribution house, this is what we are going to give it to you. If you are still want to do with us, we will do, otherwise no.
Yeah, don't expect our.
Huh. So they also said, okay, we will give you first right of refusal when we are closing the order, but don't mind if you don't get that order. So we are okay with it.
You know, people try to take money. Okay, Google is Google today because they've given it free. Yeah, I always think about, because if then what has happened? People have got used to Google. Then you get that whole ad spends, this, that, everything. Now we are giving this pre-sale service free. We are giving this. What is happening is right now, because our, you know, some of the few system integrators are working with us. Now when our sales team works and get more and more system integrator used to us, they will not be able to work with other companies. अभी plan तो वही है कि these people reach out to maximum system integrators, get used to our ecosystem. The moment these people start getting used to our ecosystem, it will be very difficult for them to work.
So I'll give you a
outside.
classic example. We are working on currently we are working on a client named OP Jindal, right? So that's an account of Harman, which they do 10 crore business every year with that account, one account.
Okay.
And there are a set of people who work with that account in Harman. वो Harman से everybody was out.
Okay.
They aligned with us. The first company they saw they should work is with us. And the kind of support, the kind of things which we started to give it to them, they realized यार हम तो Harman में कुछ भी नहीं करते थे. So the problem with us is that we are doing good, but we are not able to go out and tell the world that we are doing
Scale
good.
it up. Because one after another, we have failed with the people we have taken. It was our mistake. It's a learning thing. It's a learning thing. And Mayank can take it with his technical expertise to a particular level. But he is human. एक scalability लाने के लिए, how many people can he be in touch with? 20 people, 25 people, 25 people इतना level तक, giving them service, it takes a huge toll on a person.
So, after Music Tribe in 2019, what transpired that you thought अभी दूसरा brand आना चाहिए?
I think a lot of brands approached us, no,
We
rather we
refused.
approached them.
Okay.
It's a good place to be.
We were participating in, I think, in Palm and Infocom exhibitions, and they were seeing us what we are doing and how we are doing.
Okay.
And there are other distributors for them which they were dealing with, and they thought that aligning with them will make, I think, a lot of sense. I think Audio Technica is the
Audio
one who
Technica
started
appro-
that thing.
What did they see? What I want to understand, what
I think our
see?
professional approach.
Okay.
Yes.
Professionalism was
So
good.
first of all, supposing one system integrator is working in a particular project, somebody else wins the job, we will not supply to the system integrator, even if we lose business.
So we have lost projects for that way as well.
Even if we lose business, which is foolish to a certain extent, but I think that is how we created our reputation also. Us, the distributor will not do inter-territory sales. We have cancelled distributors because of that.
So one of our clear values is ethics.
Yes.
That's a standout.
Yes. मतलब आई थिंक
No
दोनों का ही है कि
उसमें कोई compromise नहीं है.
मतलब वही है
मतलब
वो स्टैंड आउट वैल्यू है दिस इज हाउ वी आर
for us, professionalism means this. You're given a word, it will happen.
And
that way.
one thing which I think is also very important for us is if we are pushed कि ये करना है, and if अगर हमसे नहीं भी होगा और हमने बोला है ना करना है कर देंगे तो फिर हम कर देते हैं. कुछ कैसे होगा क्या होगा that's a separate thing, but we do that then.
No, if you give up, what will happen?
That has been always our.
Yes.
When we say professionalism means that, basically. A word given means is a word given.
Yeah.
So that was one of the things that others also saw. Because
The other brands saw that.
Right? See, distributors were selling. That means when, as a brand, from India I'm getting my numbers.
Yes.
Why would I want to change? That means there is something else that they were also seeing,
Yes.
which they are not okay with. So there is something which is happening wrong with my brand.
Yes.
Okay. So that is where Audio Technica came into. What was the second brand that we did?
Yeah.
Then Atlona came after that.
I think first Atlona came, then Alphatec. First Atlona, there's a video switching. We didn't have video switching with us.
Okay.
So even when we have taken distribution of the brands which a previous distributor was already doing in India, we always made sure when we are talking to them, we take all the stocks of the other distributor also.
Oh.
So we never allowed
Yeah,
any
sure.
product or any material of that brand with old distributor before we go ahead.
So that came from learning when we.
And this was a very good proposal for the ultimate supplier, the owner. Just try कि मेरा सारा material वहाँ से भी जा रहा है और आपके लिए ये monopoly है. Nobody else will.
No, secondly, क्या होता when as I told you, first retailers we went when we took Behringer, that guy who was the earlier distributor had a lot of materials, and then he offered us you buy it. I didn't have the money to buy it because हम वहाँ से खरीदेंगे नहीं इससे खरीदेंगे वो इससे खरीदेंगे तो मेरा नंबर नहीं बनेगा. So then we used to go to retailers. वो इस प्राइस में दे रहा है आप उसको दीजिए.
आपका मार्केट हो.
हाँ तो आई बोले मुझे बाय
आप
फ्रॉम
उसी से खरीद लीजिए.
उसी से खरीद लीजिए.
खत्म तो हो.
उसको खत्म उसका खत्म होगा तो कहाँ पे आएगा यहीं पे आएगा ना फिर.
So you basically helped him liquidate.
You have to liquidate. तो उसको वो liquidate कर दिया but तब तक तो हम लोग का हालत खराब हो गया था.
So this was
हालत खराब होने वाला होगा तब तक वो
This
खत्म
was
हो
very
गया
good.
और फिर हम पड़ गए.
that was
Because that time it's all
2015.
So this was first. Okay. So then there were lessons learned because of this. You were very
And then
clear.
I was telling him about our first distributor, Modern Radio House. I used to come and sit in Delhi for 7 days.
So those were learnings that we got while we were doing. So then we started taking one brand after 2019. We started adding up.
So after that, when we added brand, it was only because we required it. That brand was giving some value to our, not because we
when you are going out.
didn't want a trophy. People take brands like ये भी आ गया, ये भी आ गया, वो भी आ गया. So there were so many. There were two very good brands of amplifiers which approached us, but we did not take it
We already had some.
because we had an amplifier. Because it would be cutting into their sale. So speakers also.
So you are ethical to the supplier also.
So
are
even if
sincere
you
and
look at the
loyal to
brands of speaker we took, let's say that today we have 8 brands of speaker with us. Renka Science, Skoda Audio, Tannoy, Turbo Sound, Picoid Acoustic, BEC Acoustic. But every brand is unique. Nobody eats sale of other brand. But we are able to offer better solution, more interesting range of products to the customer. The other thing which we also, I think we decided to have high-end brand is that we had Tannoy as our high-end brand.
And we
I
are
think-
losing a lot of
And
customers.
we started losing projects because they said कि ये high-end नहीं हमें और high-end चाहिए.
Then I said,
And the other problem which was started to happen is that made in China सामान अच्छे products में they don't want now anymore. So we needed to have a product which is high-end, competing with high-end international brands also, and then we are able to fulfill those high-end requirements in the market as well.
so what was that brand which came out? After
So Coda Audio which we
Coda.
took up, Quiet Acoustic which we took up.
these were
Yeah,
top of the
top of
line.
So in Tannoy, if I try to sell an 8 lakhs rupee speaker, I cannot. But Coda may easily people accept it. Easily in the sense that it is
So that
acceptable.
means जो target audience है, they are aware of
Yeah, there are a lot of people who buy
who
high-end stuff.
specifically come for
Yes.
these kind of brands only. And we are only selling to them. Matlab, this is not something that needs to be told. It's understood.
No,
and
no. We
the
also
people-
tell people now. Say like Koda Audio, it's made in Germany.
Hmm.
Okay, and they have got a certain technology and certain solutions which other people are not able to provide.
Okay.
So and we had research also. So when I went to the exhibition and we walked into, we are still shy actually. I was telling go go go. He was telling go go. We went into. I said we are interested in working with you. Then that guy is an old British guy. He asked me. First, he was very sarcastic.
So whenever we have chosen brands, we always have done our homework before going into an exhibition, and we did not kind of go अगर ये दिख रहा है ये अच्छा है, चलो इसमें भी देख लेते नहीं. We never even have ventured into अच्छा लग रहा है
We
तो
had
चलो
a
देख लो
full
नहीं.
list of brands which we used to go
इस वक्त
research.
कितने बजे किसके पास जाना है, everything is fixed.
Hmm.
So we targeted the brands which we wanted and then we
We went in.
attacked them.
हालत खराब हो गया था हम लोग because the exhibition is so big.
15 kilometer we are walking in a day.
So anyway, that Koda we went in. That guy, because he's director, I'm director, and my other partner from Assam, he's a director. So all big people have come to the first one, and then he said, "Oh, there are so many brands out there. Why have you come to Koda?" So we have done the research. So I told him, you make the product from end to end, from the driver to the box to the listing you make. So then he looked at us with respect and he said, okay, you have done your homework and come. And then we discussed. He cancelled his distributor was there, he was not doing anything. In Chandigarh, there was one guy out there, and then we took this brand. So getting Koda also was a good move from our side because it brought on a lot of respect and this thing to our and the product portfolio what we have.
So we have established one thing in the market. If we are taking a brand, people will know ये brand आगे जाएगा. अभी so it has happened to me. I have not I think told you. I think a month back, Toa person came to my office in Delhi. He said, "सर आप टोआ का नॉर्थ का डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर क्यों नहीं बनते हो?"
Seriously not.
हाँ, तो क्योंकि वो टोआ एज अ कंपनी इज देयर ऑलरेडी. सो आई आस्क्ड देम कि हम तो एक्सक्लूसिव काम करते हैं, वी कैन नॉट बी काइंड ऑफ फॉर यू बिकॉज हमको भी एक छोटा लो एंड ब्रांड वी वर एनीवे लुकिंग एट फॉर PAVA vertical which can go to masses. Currently what we have is go to high end places only. तो काफ़ी देर तक पूछता रहा ये वो. मैं कहा अच्छा तुम हाउ मच बिजनेस यू डू इन इंडिया एज अ टोआ ब्रांड इन इंडिया. तुम्हारा जापानीज भी यहाँ पे है 3 आदमी, तुम लोग भी हो, तुम्हारा बॉस भी है, मतलब 15-16 लोगों की टीम है. हाउ मच यू डू. नहीं वो बाहर ही बनाता है सब, जापान से ताइवान से इधर उधर बनाता है. सो I was expecting a good number from him. He said 10 to 12 crores in a year.
Only?
Yes. I said इतना तो हम हाई एंड ब्रांड में एटलस आईडी में बेच देते हैं. Imagine if we are doing. I told him upfront, you tell your Japanese to go away and give all the rights to me, and we will take you to heights you can't even imagine.
Yeah.
But Japanese typically want to keep things with them, so
They have one person sitting over
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
As if they are talking. So, establishing that one segment, that creating a company and filling that void which was there in the market, servicing that void was the purpose of starting Alphatec. Now that the company has been through this 10 years, where is it? Okay, to what extent have we been able to service that void? और जब ये ऐसा होता है ना कि मैंने अगर ऐसा शुरू किया, there will be someone else also who would have understood that this is good to be. I think we should also. So have there been others?
a lot of people have copied us. Even Harman, I think,
Harman has
distribution
copied
model.
us, but then they are not able to sustain it.
Okay.
See, what happens is that when you start something, anything new,
People will wait and watch.
no, not that. They can copy you. Okay? But
After you are being successful,
after being successful, but he doesn't know
how he got success.
how he got the success.
The journey.
Okay, see, this journey we are all taking, I'm 110% sure it's going to be a success. Okay, but इसमें जो हम लोग को जो पापड़ बेलना पड़ रहा है वे, वो किसी को और को दिखाई नहीं दे रहा है. वो कल को वो देखेगा कि उसने बाहर का आदमी लाके उसने सक्सेस कर लिया ऑडियो वीडियो लाइन में, तो मैं भी करूँगा. But he will not do the things what we are trying to do today. And that's exactly what people try to do. They will try to take, you know, copy us or do something, but copy करने से नहीं होगा. You have to go through that whole process of. So this process has started now. When we started taking people from when we decided, then we realized that we need a training program. फिर हम लोग training program. Then once we made the training program, we realized that ये अभी तक professional नहीं हुआ. We will have to get a professional trainer to come and get this training program executed and
Hello?
give the soft skills. So then you guys have come in between. So it is only because we believe in it. That's why I'm going one step more and more deeper into this. Now, if I had tried
मैं
for
आपको एक
6
नंबर
months
दे रहा हूँ, आप
and
उससे
said
बात
this is too
करिए,
difficult, let us
वाइफ का
get
है,
from the
आप
audio
उनसे
video
बात करिए,
trade
वो बता
से ही
देंगे
लेके
आपको,
करता
आपको
तो
write
उसी
it
में
down.
रह जाता वो.
We
9717
don't have a limitation, but
You
it
would
would
have-
have been only
Yeah.
54
Yeah.
about it. Okay, so
9392.
what you're saying is people tried.
हम
There were
एक्चुअली
others who
बॉम्बे में
tried
हूँ,
but
मैं
have
ट्रैवल
not
कर रहा हूँ,
been
आप
able
उनसे
to
बात कर लीजिए, वो हेल्प
replicate
करेंगे.
it.
Yeah, not replicated.
So now, after all these years, what has been? See, you always start with a dream. Right? You start a company with a dream. ये ऐसा करना है. What have been now? When you look back, what have been some of the biggest learnings that we have had as a company? And now that we are like looking ahead, we're like, अभी now the game is different because अभी तक हम लोग यहाँ तक लेकर आए. This is what we have gathered, and now where are we headed? As a vision, what is the direction of the company?
See, the future of the company now today is to do moves which are leadership moves. Okay, if you have to, we should be now be able to in another 1 or 2 years be able to dictate what is going to happen in this market.
Okay, means what?
So if I'm supposed to dictate, then if 60% of the SI start working with us,
Okay.
if 45 to 50% of the retailers start working with us, but that means we have got depth of working with them. That is the time you achieve leadership status. And leadership status not only in business, leadership status is always in how you work in the market. What is the support system you are giving in the market? What is the kind of designs you are giving in the market? So we at every point of time we have to keep improving ourselves. Okay, so now we started first by giving designs. Okay, then we realized that if you are giving designs, just a design will not do. We have to back it up with software simulation. So we took one guy for software simulation. Okay, then what is the next thing to do in that? So in every department, we have to think of how are we going to improve ourselves and bring into a, so people should say Alphatec को देखो वो कैसा सुंदर तरीके से आपको एक presentation दिया है. When our design comes from Alphatec, it comes with circuit drawing. So now we have just taken a software. We shall automatically give you a circuit drawing.
Okay. This is happening at a pre-sales level.
Yeah, at the pre-sales level. So every project which will go with a drawing. Will go with a
with a report kind of a format as well.
So it's a ready thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
So nobody is pushing us.
Got it.
We have not gone and seen that somebody else has given it. That's why we are going to do this. We are doing it on our own.
Like we started to give ease softwares, ease modeling of different venues and all.
Yes.
People started to copy us. So we are also doing the same thing. They are also doing the same thing.
So how we do?
So how now we differ?
What is driving this?
To be the best. So anybody who has done big in life, what I've learned before, has to have a monopolistic attitude. Today, Microsoft is what Microsoft is today is because Bill Gates has a monopolistic attitude. Google is what today. So one should have a monopolistic attitude. To be a monopoly is not a wish it comes true.
It has that work.
It has to have a work behind it. Good to say, but we are trying.
Yeah, of course, it's a journey. Right?
It's a
It doesn't
journey.
happen in a day.
It's inspiring me sitting here listening to it, not like a salesperson. Very well.
So, apart from these two values that you spoke about, one is another value that comes out is your quality is never. It's not that I've done it. There's nothing called enough. You're self-improving. That is one of the values that I see in this conversation itself. And the second is ethics is a very high level. In the way the company is designed or whatever our policies are very clear that we are very ethical.
Keep it simple. That's the best thing to do in life.
That is there. That is the
always keep it simple. When it is simple, then there's no complications. ना आपने प्रोजेक्ट लाया वो अल्टीमेटली जो हो या कहीं पे लॉक हो गया ओके बस सिंपल है
Yeah. So, are there any other values that we have? Like we have
So we
defined.
have
what-
values. You want to talk about
what are
Value,
the
I think
values
values
Ethics.
ethics is very important. That is
Ethic, and that's when business.
And what else? Ethics. We have ethics. Then quality is one of the values.
I always we should always respond to our customer. That is one thing which I always keep it. So we get mails that मैंने इसमें the customers also lie कि उसने phone नहीं पकड़ा उसने ये नहीं किया. So but if he's complaining, my thing to them, if he's complaining, that means he wants to do business with us. Why are we not responding to him? And what happens is that we are all human beings. So कभी किसी में ego आ गया वो शायद ही उसके पास कभी गया होगा उसने मना कर दिया होगा भी नहीं करेगा अभी वो फोन कर रहा है इसको लगा है ego में so those we have to leave behind it's difficult I also don't leave it so easily
Responsiveness.
So, the customer.
so that is something which should and then second thing is I was again that as I told you when I started the business now if I have to have distributors across the country or if I have to have dealers how do I do it so how do I tell my sales guy that I have to have 100 dealers or I have to have 200 dealers or I have to have 2000 dealers there has to be a logic behind it na?
Yeah.
So then I map the entire country into as per the districts and then we did it that above 10 lakhs population district में हमारा ये भी होना चाहिए डीलर भी होना चाहिए अभी ऐसा भी है कि कोई डिस्ट्रिक्ट में जाके हम डीलर ही नहीं मिलता हमको because this is a different trade no? You may not get it so those but we are always monitoring as per the district so there has to be a method in everything what we are doing there has to be a logic behind everything what we are doing
Either population or per capita income.
so yeah so another thing which I always believe in like which I always keep telling them also अगर यूपी का project है ना try and develop a guy in UP to do it don't allow guys from Delhi to go and do a job out there because वहाँ से वो करके आएगा ना वो भाग जाएगा वहाँ से आपका प्रोजेक्ट का ये if we because we have now got the technical expertise if we can develop local system integrators train them again that's a leadership those guys will come up with us and then they will not go anywhere else
Because you have nurtured them.
we have nurtured them एक दिल्ली का बंदा जाके अगर मान लीजिए बनारस में कोई प्रोजेक्ट ले जा रहा है ऑलराइट ये if that guy has got hunger in him ये एक स्कूटर लेके फट से पहुंच जाएगा उस डिपार्टमेंट में इसको जाने के लिए पैसा खर्चा करके जाना पड़ेगा who's going to close it एक बार लूज करेगा सेकंड बार लूज करेगा लेकिन थर्ड फोर्थ फिफ्थ में अगर if he has got the potential he will start closing projects it is always very important to nurture local talent if they have got the potential in them
Local talent. Yeah. What is your expectation from salespeople? Not just salespeople. I would say
My-
from the team.
From our team.
From the
This
team.
honesty that is the basic honesty which I want
Can you elaborate please? What do you want?
honesty in the sense that there are certain expectations that you visit the market. Okay? Sale near, I would accept it. But if he's visiting the market, that is all I need to see because I know it is a process. If you visit the market, आज नहीं तो कल sale आएगा ही आएगा 100% आएगा.
You mean go to the market approach, then sitting there.
Yeah, his
Back
job
attitude नहीं.
नहीं चाहिए हमको. If he goes and visits the market, he's going to make mistakes. He's going to make a fool of himself. He's going to do all sorts of things. But ultimately, he's going to win.
Exactly. He'll learn.
He will learn.
He'll find it.
Yeah, like I was sitting with Rahul yesterday. I was going through all the true programs of all the states and what they have done because I get a report. People sitting in Kerala for the whole month has visited one place. I was so furious. One place, every town is hardly 60 kilometers. Kerala is such a city, 60 kilometers में एक एक district headquarters है. And every market is has a potential. But वो पूरा महीना वहीं पे बैठ के business किया. So that is what I don't want. You do honesty towards your work. If it fails, I am behind you. There's no problem. But तुम visit ही नहीं करेगा, जाएगा भी नहीं.
झूठ नहीं बोलना है.
You are allowed to make mistakes.
We are allowed to make mistake. We all make. हम अगर mistake नहीं किया तो फिर
Don't repeat them.
yeah. Even I think if you speak to which Rituraj also, I keep telling, I want to see, or even their team, I want to see them going and visiting people. I want to see them going and talking to people, doing an honest effort. उसका बाद business नहीं आता, that's fine.
At least knock the door.
They knock the door, no?
See, I always tell to myself that you do a job wherein you can go home and your kids tell other people about you, that you are so happy to be, matlab, your father is good, your parents are so good, that they are doing so good in life. You should be proud of your work. If वो हमने घर में अगर कर लिया तो आप बाहर अच्छे से काम कर लोगे.
And if that can be conveyed, that is enough. You've done enough in life.
Yes.
But the problem is people don't see it as a, I think we were talking about that book, no, How to Win Friends and Influence People. In the first chapter of that book is this guy, he's a famous Western in the US. He's a robber of banks, and then people, all the marshals surrounded him, and he was killed. So before dying, he was crying and saying, "What have I done wrong?" So nobody accepts they are doing a mistake. So I don't know how to. It's very difficult to communicate to them, but I'm only, at least you should know that you have to visit the market.
And be honest to yourself and
Honest to your work.
you get the results if you're honest. That's the beauty of it.
With this effort that we're doing, what are we doing for the sales guy? Like, from this effort of putting up the entire training taking place, what need of the sales guy are we servicing?
So I feel we are enabling them to perform. Right now we are giving them the technical knowledge to go out and speak in the market so they don't make a fool of themselves. Those things which when I started there was nobody there to tell me what to do. Okay, कैसे किसका प्रोडक्ट में कैसे कौन सा प्रोडक्ट आना चाहिए, there was nobody to tell me and teach me and do it. इसी में से कोई निकलेगा कि हमको who will come back and question why have you put 4 speakers, why have you not put six speakers, why have you put a 500 watt speaker and not a 1000 watt speaker. This I was telling you before. इन्हीं में से जो इंटरेस्टेड है ना वो लोग क्वेश्चन करने लगेगा. And these are the guys who will do well. So basically we are enabling them. That's what our whole job, I think, with your trying to give them soft skills, how to go out in the market. And it is a combination of very high technical skills with somebody who has got sales skills.
What I wanted to understand was 10 years with what he said, we are looking at becoming a market leader where we are shaping the market, not just that's what commanding the market is all about, right? For that to happen, what are some of the key ingredients that you see that we as a company we will be and not as the complete view, but certain things that we are looking at as a company is fine. This is what we can expect
See,
from the company.
if the sales people are right and they are educated enough to take Alphatec in a right way, I think if we are able to control that nicely, I think we can really go far.
So that's the key element.
Yes.
That has to be in place.
Because we are not able to reach out to places. That's our only
That's-
challenge. Even if somebody is going today, he is not able to speak. Even he is not able to speak about Alphatec properly right now. So if he understand how to represent Alphatec, what Alphatec has done, what all is we are capable of, what we can give you, what you expect from us, ये सब कोई कम्युनिकेट ही नहीं कर रहा है। अल्फाटेक है सर, हम डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर है, हम ये करते हैं, हम ये करते हैं, मतलब उसके बियॉन्ड कुछ है ही नहीं। And if then they become and they started to become little aware about products, aware about solutions what we can offer, वो अपने आप इंटरेस्ट आएगा। सो वी आर एबल टू, अभी तक आई थिंक बीच में 1 या 1.5 साल वी हैव पीपल ऑन ग्राउंड हु आर टॉकिंग, मूविंग आउट एंड ऑल दैट, बट ये एक वीक पॉइंट रहा है। सो वंस वी हैव पीपल हु आर अवेयर अबाउट व्हाट आर द ऑफरिंग्स, व्हाट ऑल वी कैन डू, व्हाट वी हैव डन, what we are capable of doing, what are the backup they get when they work with Alphatec. I think if market is aware about it, they would definitely come to us.
Alright, so the first level of
It's the basic thing. If we correct the basic things, I think वो हमको बहुत सोचना नहीं पड़ेगा कि ये
so if we are to educate the market, the first we need to educate
यस
internally.
यस, क्योंकि होगा क्या ना, ये एक बार जाएगा लड़का, 2 बार जाएगा, वो डरेगा, उसको वो नीचा दिखाएगा सिस्टम इंटीग्रेटर हर
क्योंकि
बार।
बोलने के लिए कुछ है नहीं।
हाँ, और वो दूसरे के इतने गुणगान गाएगा, उसको लगेगा मेरे पास तो कुछ है ही नहीं।
नहीं, और उसमें ये भी इम्पोर्टेंट है कि वो जब पीपल इंसल्ट हिम देयर, when he comes back he should also get a support. Don't worry about it. ये आज तुमको हंस रहा है, कल वो
तो ये भी
you
एक
will
मेरे
lie.
हिसाब से ये what he is saying is also right. This thought is also to be given in training process, that this is going to happen with you, but you need not to be worry about it.
We know it.
हाँ,
We
it's
in
a process,
company know
it will happen.
that this will happen.
You
We
have
should
to,
not worry.
when you are meeting, you prepare yourself in that way that he is going to put you down. But still, how you can still make it out from there, that's what.
So I think in one of the technical things he said it is a trend of all Indian businessmen. You know, to always put you down. आपका माल कौन लेता है? बिकता ही नहीं है आपका माल इतना, but you are 30% of his counter share, और वो बोलेगा आपका माल बिकता ही नहीं है, so that he can get a better discount. So it is the way of doing business in India that we have to understand, that they feel, all the Indian businesses feel good by putting you down, so that they can get a better discount. है कि नहीं? आप तो मेरे से
I
भी
can
एक्सपीरियंस है।
understand. Being a salesperson, I can understand. Only then I will be good at bargaining. You know, I should crush you first.
I should crush you first.
हाँ यार, तेरी मार्केट, मेरा मेरा फ्लैट भी बिक रहा है, दिल्ली में आता है, वो आता है, ये
आप सोना भी लेके जाएंगे, आप कोई मारवाड़ी के पास चला जाइए, वो बोल देगा आपका सोना आजकल कोई मांगता है, सब चांदी लेके जाता है आजकल।
सच उनसे पूछो।
सर मैं ये रिक्वेस्ट करना चाहूँगा, जितने भी हमारे कंपटीटर मेजर ब्रांड्स हैं, जहाँ से उसको वो where they will try to dampen their spirits of our sales people. What are the better things with us, which in future the same guy will appreciate? What he is not getting from the competition, what we are giving.
We need to
I think we
educate.
should be writing it in bold letters.
I think what we are giving is a whole solution.
Solution is one.
No, that's why we are insisting on that. Tomorrow he can go to like a micro Audio Technica का microphone का competition है, Sennheiser and Shure. Sennheiser and Shure खाली microphones देता है, तो स्पीकर, मिक्सर, एम्पलीफायर के लिए वो दूसरा के पास जाना
DSP, फिर वो तीसरे चौथे के पास जाएगा,
तीसरे छोटे के पास जाएगा. But under one roof he is getting everything from us, a
And
whole
that too
solution.
best. That too best. And these things are to be highlighted. So, like you told about microphones, now you can say about speakers, about amplifiers, about DSP, about everything. What are the other solutions? And what he will tell to the SI, this is the best with them. I have got this best, and out of DSP, this is the best under the same roof. So these things have to be incorporated in the.
No, other thing which I think
one thing we have to realize, okay, we don't have a perfect solution. I don't have the best product in microphone, but I have a good product in microphone. I don't have the best of the best amplifiers with
No
me,
problem, sir.
but as a combine, when I combine them, I make them work in such a manner that it becomes the best.
Being a salesperson, I should know for this product, microphone, this is the competitor and this is my khasiyat. For DSP, this is my product and these are the competitor, this is my khasiyat. And this is amplifier, this is the.
I don't want to do that.
So you don't want to do that.
I want to tell them that you come to me for a solution. Huh?
And the other thing which you were
हमारा पास
asking
है,
is-
बट इफ आई स्टार्ट गोइंग एवरी प्रोडक्ट, एवरी बेनिफिट, एवरीथिंग, तो उसके लिए बहुत सारा क्वेश्चन आंसर्स रहेगा जो हमारा सेल्स का बंदा नहीं कर बोल पाएंगे.
अच्छा, वो इतना स्मार्ट है, वो पूछ लेगा.
जैसे मेरे पास सीलिंग टाइल माइक्रोफोन है.
हाँ जी?
You got a microphone which is called ceiling tile
हाँ
microphone.
हाँ हाँ हाँ.
Okay. Then there's there with Shure. Then there's there with
Sennheiser.
Sennheiser. Now we have got like that. We have got maybe another 20 different products and microphones. DSP में 20 different products. Speakers में ऐसा टाइप का 100 different type of products हैं. ठीक है. वो knowledge मेरे पास होगा. मेरे पास 80% उसके पास 100% है. या मेरे पास 70% उसके पास 100% है. That is not possible for the sales guy to know that. उस लाइन में अगर उसने वो उस सिस्टम इंटीग्रेटर को अटैक करने का कोशिश किया, then it will become a big problem because he will not be able to question and answer. क्योंकि उसको पता भी है कि ऑडियो टेक्निका बेटर है, फिर भी बोलेगा कि ये फंक्शन तुम्हारा नहीं है. अब वो बेचारा वो बोल नहीं पाएगा वो कि है कि नहीं है.
So this leads to a point what you were saying 10 years वाली चीज, education and mastering the education part for the market. मतलब we become a leader in education, I think अपने आप following बढ़ जाएगी.
So basically what we should tell them that I am not going by product. You want the system to perform in a particular room. Leave it to us. We are the experts. We will make and give you the right products for your phone. That should be our approach, not that man.
How that trust? How I don't know. Say you are saying me that give me that solution, but before putting trust and putting 5-6-7 लाख रुपया, मेरे को डर लग रहा है ना सर. तो वो डर कैसे दूर होगा?
तो मैं तो आज नया नहीं है, मेरा 10 साल का तजुर्बा है.
अच्छा.
मेरा इतना सारा प्रोजेक्ट्स है.
That's when we talk about this.
And this is my brand and
प्रोडक्ट टू प्रोडक्ट इफ यू गो ना, देन यू नीड अ लॉट ऑफ एक्सपर्टीज.
नहीं वो मैं
एंड हमारा पोर्टफोलियो भी बहुत
वो
बड़ा है.
शब्द मैं अपने वापस ले
नहीं आपका शब्द करेक्ट है, जैसा एनी सेल्स गाय विल डू.
नहीं, ये सब क्वेश्चन आएंगे आपके सेल्स वाले के पास,
आएंगे, बट वी
how
विल
he
टैकल.
manipulate
बहुत
them.
अच्छे तरीके से मुझे हैंडल किया और मैंने अपने शब्द वापस लिए. It means I am convinced from the heart that this is not the proper
Product selling is not our approach. Solution selling is our approach.
Install business is about
Second
solution.
sentence, मुझे सबसे अच्छी, इससे भी ज्यादा अच्छी बात लगी वह हमारे नंबर ऑफ सर्विस जो कि बाकियों के पास नहीं.
Shopping list. Yeah.
Yeah.